If ComicCon has taught me anything this year, it's that I really need to start making room on my Blu-ray collection. So if you didn't know, which you should have, San Diego Comic-Con happened over the weekend. Yet another year of me crying in my bed wishing I was there. So as you can tell, I didn't go, but I still have all the news and all the stuff that came from Comic-Con to tell you guys about if you haven't already seen the panels. Now, despite me not going, I have seen most of the panels online. Not all of them, because not all of them interest me, just the major ones that appealed to me. And in this video is basically going to be me talking about the major news and all the big panels that happened over the weekend. Where trailers are concerned, I will be doing a video that will be up later about the Batman v Superman trailer. I really want to do one on the Suicide Squad and Deadpool trailer, but there isn't an official one released yet. It's only leaked footage that's online, so I don't want to risk the video being pulled down, so I'm going to wait until they release an official trailer so I can do a video on. So I'm going to start off by talking about probably the biggest panel of the week, and that was, of course, Star Wars. There was no major news, like no new developments that came from this panel. There was an extra emphasis on the use of practical effects rather than CGI. There were a few little hints and spoilery things towards the film. For example, the base of either the Rebels or the Empire was sort of announced. They were kind of joking about it, so I don't know if it was true or if it was false, but I'd like to believe it was true. We also got the addition of a new cast member. Well, to me it was new. Gwendoline Christie, or if you might know her better as Brienne from Game of Thrones. Apparently she's going to be in Star Wars Force Awakens, which I did not know about until I saw her on the panels, but that is a really good call. I like how the new Star Wars is getting a lot more unknown actors such as John Boyega and Domhnall Gleeson, even though he's slowly been on the uprise since the last Harry Potter films. Also, it was really nice to see the original cast members back. I've said this to people already, and I'm going to say it now. Harrison Ford just looked like he didn't want to be there. I don't know if it's because of old age, but he seriously didn't look like he wanted to be there at all. The next one for me that I'm going to talk about is Sherlock. That's the BBC series starring Benedict Cumberbatch. I have enjoyed all three series, and for a fan of the series, you want something that's going to add on to that, because the cliffhanger that they left it on at series 3 was a bit of a tease, and we haven't heard anything about that since. And the fact that we're not going to get any more development of that, instead we're going to get a Christmas special that is set in Victorian times rather than modern day, and also the fact that it's going to be just this one-off thing. That doesn't even have a name, it's just called The Special. Is a little bit annoying, but I'd like to see what they do with it. Also the fact that it's going to be shown in select cinemas worldwide, I suppose is a good bit of news, but it does kind of sound like they're selling out. Like, there's no need for it to be shown in cinemas. The 50th anniversary Doctor Who episode, which I have on Blu-ray behind me, there was every need to show that in the cinema. It was a big event, but there is no particular need, or no one really wants it in cinemas in the politest way possible, but it's Sherlock. It should stay on TV. Now, the biggest surprise for me, and probably for most people that saw or went to Comic-Con, was that when Marvel aren't there, DC can thrive. Just as it went to show with the Batman v Superman panel and the Suicide Squad panels. Everyone was blown away by both the panels and the trailers that followed. Also, it was quite interesting, the Batman v Superman one, seeing that they have made quite a few changes. Zack Snyder has specifically stated that Batman v Superman is not based upon any Frank Miller novel. It is just it's just like influenced, and some of the images are like that of the comic. He said they took only, visual influences from that. The story is completely their own. They spent a lot of time trying to make this story, so it's all theirs. Also, the other interesting thing, the fact that they have to place Metropolis next to Gotham, which in the comics they're miles apart, but the fact that they have to place them close together for the story to work is an interesting thought, but I can see it working. I'm not really fussed about that, but it does sound quite interesting. Also, Suicide Squad was absolutely fantastic. The trailer, which has only been leaked online, is everything I was expecting. It's dark, it doesn't show anything as well, just like the Star Wars trailers. It's perfect. Another panel that not a lot of people are talking about, which I'm a bit annoyed about, is the Tarantino panel, which I didn't even know he did ComicCon, because he's got such a thing against, visual effects. He tries to keep everything practical, so I'm quite surprised that he actually did a panel at ComicCon. And if you don't know, this is for the Hateful Eight film, his next western. We got some exclusive shots of production, and that was pretty good. There was also an interesting quote that Tarantino said. It was something along the lines of, to become a western director you need to have directed at least 3 westerns. So before I die, I'm going to direct 3 westerns, which probably doesn't mean much to you guys, but to me, I absolutely love that, because I loved Django Unchained. This new film looks absolutely amazing, even though there is no footage, which I am a bit annoyed about. But from what I've seen and the teaser that came out, it does look really good. And if he does make a third, I just hope it's good, because all of his films have been really good, except Death Proof, which is an alright film, but isn't one of his best. Another panel that I thought should have been a bit more, only the fans of that are talking about it, but I think other people should as well, is the Doctor Who panel. I liked Series 8. I thought there were a few times when it went a bit desperate, in a way, but for the most part it was enjoyable. And to see that Series 9 is going to be taking a more surrealist, kind of, I suppose, darker approach, but ever since Matt Smith's been at the helm, it has been dark, the series. And also I like the direction they're taking it in a visual context, because compared to most programs, Doctor Who's kind of been lacking, but there are some really bright, really colourful, really interesting visuals that the Series 9 panel brought along with them, and I'm really pumped for it. I mean, it looks really good. Also, I'm glad to hear that the Mistress or the Master's back. Now, even though I said Marvel wasn't there, the other Marvel lot were. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, I mean all of the 20th Century Fox panel. So that's basically all the films that Marvel should have the rights to, but Fox still kept hold of them. And they had a massive panel that gave us news about Deadpool, the X-Men Apocalypse, Fantastic Four, the Wolverine, and a solo Gambit movie, which I'm really pumped to see, because in my opinion, Taylor Kitsch did an alright job in X-Men Origins as Gambit, but you didn't see much of him, which was a bit of annoying. But I'm really glad to hear they've got Channing Tatum on board to play Gambit, both in X-Men Apocalypse and the solo Gambit film. So yeah, that should be good. The solo Wolverine film, from what I saw, it's just going to be called Wolverine. I can't remember if there was another title for it, but again, really looking forward to that. But the two biggest ones, I don't think they had any more developments on the Fantastic Four, but the two major ones that I'm excited for are X-Men Apocalypse, which apparently they showed a trailer for, but I can't seem to find it at all online, and the Deadpool film. My god, the trailer for the Deadpool film is hilarious. Not as funny as I was expecting, but they don't want to show everything, that's fair enough, but it is still really, really funny. There's a joke in it. If you haven't seen it already, I'm not gonna majorly spoil it, but there is a joke that Ryan Reynolds pulls towards his so-called Green Lantern appearance that is just it's so funny. But yeah, apart from what I've said in the video, there have been some other major announcements for other big things, but that, like I said, those are things that I'm not as interested in. I haven't seen the Gotham TV series panel, which is a shame. Neither did I see the Heroes Reborn one, if there was one, but I'm looking forward to them as well. Any other news that I missed or that you guys want to crop up, please put it in the comments below. I would love to read those, just to see if I can, you know, fit them in somewhere. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a video on the Batman v Superman trailer. So see you guys very, very soon. Subscribe, leave a like, also like my Facebook page, The Media Critic. Bye.